everybody. This is Ava with my brainy mess. Remember me? I am so sorry I have been away. I have had a rough week. I hate to say it, but physically, with my back going out, and I was late with Remicade. I got to where I could hardly move. I'm trying to think what happened. Monday, I kind of worked on my Art with a Vision project because I had to read, and I was going to be leading the class on Tuesday. And I hadn't done anything, and so I sat and worked on that all day Monday. Tuesday, I did my Art with a Vision and got that done, and by the time I got home, I was just too tired. Wednesday, oh stars, we will be talking about Wednesday. But in the meantime, we are going to start working on finishing up these Christmas journals. I know Thursdays is supposed to be design team project. I just got my new digital for the October design team project, so we will be kind of working on some of the stuff in that, just to giving you some sneak previews. I'm going to work in this journal, and I decided we're going to make this little matchbox thing. I think that would be kind of cute. I need one in this journal. I already have it in this journal, so I figured we'd make a couple of these, and I thought that would be kind of fun. So as I'm creating this, I seem crooked. It's not crooked in the camera. I guess that's all that matters. While I'm working on this, we are going to talk about my Wednesday. Hold on a minute. Let me get me a paper pad to work on. Let's work on this. Ouch. Let's look at this. Oh, stop. Hush. Hush, that was me. Hush. Now, enough. As we're picking out papers. I had Remicade, since my Remicade last week canceled, I had Remicade this week. So, I was on, mind you, I have two cars. We have a truck and we have a little Versa, Nissan Versa. Trying to decide what I want in here. The Nissan Versa, something is wrong with it because it gets hot and the AC is not working properly the way it should. So I refuse to take that vehicle until it's taken care of. Well, I took the truck and I had to get gas. Let's do this one. Let's do some green. I had to stop and get gas, and when I stopped, I filled up. That was another issue. My husband has a key to the lock, has a locked gas cap. Oh my gosh, with arthritic hands and trying to get that thing open, I almost was in tears trying to get that thing open. It drove me crazy, and I finally got it open, and I finally pumped gas, and I'm hot. What else is new? So, anyway, where's my little prototype? Well, I don't know what to do with it. What did I do with it? What did I do with the prototype? Oh, my stars. Seriously? That's another thing, y'all. I think I'm going nuts. I got too many fires going on. Oh, there it is. All right, stop. It's just me. Hush now. I'm the one banging around in here. Y'all go play. Anyway, let's see. I'd rather do this side. Anyway, when I got done filling up with gas, I turned on the car or the truck and switched it into drive, and it would go backwards. Switched it into neutral, it would go backward. Switched it into first gear, go backward. Second gear, backward. And of course, reverse, you go backward. So I turned off my car. I thought, well, maybe something's not shut and it's just not letting me go for whatever reason. Because with all these new technology stuff, you kind of, you know, cars won't go if something's not right. So I got out of the car, made sure I locked my gas cap, and make sure it was good and locked. And I made sure all the doors were shut and, you know, all that stuff. And so I got out, turned on the car, to turn the key, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, needless to say, my car did not run, or my truck. And and every time I had to put it in park, because every time I take it off of park, my truck would roll. Well, I managed to roll backwards enough to get it out of the way of the pumps, so people wouldn't be annoyed that I'm sitting there with the pumps blocking everybody. So I was able to get it out of the way. And I didn't know what to do, because here's the dilemma. My husband's phone was in the living room. He's in bed asleep. Mind you, this is 6:30 in the morning, because, mind you, I have a 2-hour drive to get to my Remicade by 9 o'clock. So it was about 6:30 in the morning. I left about 6:30, so it may have been 6:45 or something like that, because it takes me 2 hours to get there. I didn't know what to do, and of course, you know, called my husband. Of course, he's not going to answer the phone, because I know he's sleeping, and he's nice and cozy in bed while I'm sitting there in a panic. Well, I didn't know what to do. I seriously was about ready to call a tow truck to tow me to the Nissan dealership. Is kind of what my idea was to do. Well, this man, nice man, came up to me, and he says, "What's the problem, ma'am? Can I help you?" And I told him what was going on, and he says, "Well," he goes, I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic." He goes, "before." He goes, "Maybe I can help you." And I said, "Oh, that would be great if you can." I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Let's see. I said, "That would be great if you can." And he says, "Well, it seems to be the problem." So I told him what happened, and he goes, "Oh, it sounds like your gear shifter got out of whack." And I said, "Yeah, possibly." I said, "That's kind of how it sounds like it would happen." And he says, "Well, he had his phone, and he did some research, and he goes, 'Yeah, I think I can fix it.'" Not knowing, as I'm already into all of this, that this man was homeless. Which is fine, you know. I don't have a problem with homeless people. But it got me a little nervous, and especially since he had all the gear shifter all apart. So I was at a point where I was kind of at his mercy. I mean, I didn't know what to do. The gear shifter was all apart, and in the meantime, he's making all these phone calls, and because he's trying to, he's a vet, and he was trying to get some stuff together where he could get off the streets, is basically what was happening. And very angry man about the world, right, you know, at that point. And so I had to listen to all of his problems, and I didn't have a problem. I actually was pretty calm about all of this, because I had to trust him. I had to leave it in God and just trust that he's going to take care of me. That's all I could do. And in the meantime, I was doing everything I could to get a hold of my husband. And we have a security system that we have a camera in the living room. And sorry, in the living room. And so I thought, well, I kept ringing his phone, hoping that, that constant ringing would eventually wake him up, because his ring is pretty loud. And it kept ringing and ringing and ringing, and of course, no answer. I wish I had some more of this gold refract. Finally, I hope I'm still filming. Yeah. Finally, well, I thought, well, you know what? I can talk through the security system, and maybe I could get enough ruckus going that it would make the pups bark and cause reaction. By then, it was probably, oh, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. No, it was after 7:30, 8 o'clock when all this was going on, and I was trying desperately to get hold of my husband. And finally, he told me that he could fix it. And I told him, I said, I tell you what. And he was telling me all of his problems, and he had got a hold of his brother, and evidently his brother won't take him in. And his brother came and brought him some clean clothes. And I told him, I said, I tell you what, if you can get my car fixed. And he says that he could probably fix my Nissan Versa too. And I thought, well, this might be a good idea. So I said, I tell you what, I said, you fix this truck and get me temporarily home, then fix the truck when we get home with the new parts or whatever. I said, I will feed you breakfast, and you can have a hot shower, and we'll negotiate some money on the fixing of the cars. And basically that's what we did. We took him home. Oh my gosh, but you know, we were willing. He wanted to go to Amarillo because there was something special going on in Amarillo, that he could get a job and whatever. Well, we checked out, I helped check out a bus. I was going to pay his ticket to go out there and take him to the bus station. And he had a bicycle, and he was really concerned about his bike. Well, I was willing to hold his bike there at the house if he really wanted to go to Amarillo and get himself set up, and then he could come back one day and pick up the bike or tell us what to do with the bike or whatever. I mean, I was going to help him. Well, I tell you what, you know, if I were in his position, I would have taken on that help. Because we were willing, and the ticket was only $217. The part and getting our console fixed at the dealership would have probably cost us $300 or $400. So we were willing to send him to Amarillo and pay his ticket, take him to the bus station so he could get his life together. His response was, when he found out how long it was going to take him to get there on the bus, he says no, he was not going to sit 27 hours on the bus and stop at every little Tom, Dick, and Harry podunk town, is what he said, between here and Amarillo. And I go, well, what choice do you have? And yet he was tired of being on the streets, you know, and I kept saying, well, what choice do you have? We're giving you an opportunity here, and you don't want to take it? And he goes, no. He goes, I'm not. And I said, well, okay. Well, we did give him money, but not to the extent of the money that we would have by taking him to Amarillo. He wouldn't take it. So he fixed our cars. He got his shower. He had his breakfast. And the little Nissan, he figured out why it was hot. And we put antifreeze in it and got all that taken care of, and then but we couldn't fix the air conditioner. The air conditioning, we have to get some antifreeze in it, and we've got to get it to the dealership to get the AC fixed. But I was very appreciative of all he did, you know, and whatever. Well, my husband made the mistake of course, opening up the garage, and he saw an e-bike that my husband had. And he wanted to buy the e-bike. And we were sitting there, no, we're not selling the e-bike. And that was that. And he was disappointed because he figured that would just save his life, you know, if he had the e-bike, you know, and he could, it was a $1,400 bike. You know, I was not going to be giving him a $1,400 bike. But we had to, after his shower and let him rest a bit, we took him back where we met. And my husband also made the mistake of giving him his phone number. And I was thinking, I don't mind helping this man, but we could have really helped him change his life if he wanted to, if he could just endure that bus ride. But he refused. This is not going down like it's supposed to. Or maybe I should have sewed it. That's what I need to do. I need to sew it. Anyway, I felt bad, but we can only do so much. And I was afraid he was going to end up starting to take advantage. And, I trusted him to a point. And sure enough, he's starting to bug my husband. He's texting him all evening last night. And he said he was going to, and my husband wouldn't answer. And he says, well, I'll just drive over there and talk to you. We were afraid he was going to be at our front door. And he may still. I don't know. If he wants to ride his bike over here, I got this sneaking suspicion he's going to end up at our doorstep. I'm really just, you try to help somebody, they won't take your help, but yet they want to continue to harass you for more help, and I'm getting nervous about it now. And, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I have done more? I mean, he could have changed his life. We would have helped him send him to Amarillo to get that job offer he needed. But now he's going to harass us. I have a feeling. I hope not. I hope this is just, I'm hoping he's realizing that we can't help him anymore. But it makes me want to cry. I just feel bad that we can't help him anymore. We just can't do it. We gave him $160. I mean, I figure it was very fair. And I just pray that it's going to be enough to satisfy him. So that was my day, Wednesday. Then yesterday, I was able to get an appointment, another appointment. This is the third appointment. I had to have Remicade because I was getting to where I just could not walk. So I set up an appointment, was able to get a 1:45 appointment yesterday. So that meant I had to leave here at about 11:30 to get to Webster in time for my appointment. Oh, let's see. Things to do. That'd be kind of cute in there. I'm gonna put that in there. That'd be cute. Anyway, got my Remicade, and I actually feel physically 95% better. It's amazing what my Remicade will do. It kicks my tail the day of the Remicade. Man, I came home so tired. I didn't get home till about 6:30. And my husband and I went out and had dinner. And I came home. I crashed and burned, literally. So, anyway, that was my story. And that's why I haven't been online. I do apologize. And I'm still feeling very sad about the situation on Wednesday. I'm still on pins and needles. Let's put it that way. I'm on pins and needles. Well, Julie got all my bio. my picture so y'all get to see me with my little puppy. And I don't think she's going to be showing what I've been doing with her digital, but let's see. Let's do it this way. So I'm kind of excited that she's going to be introducing me today. And I've got heartburn. I think all the stress of what I've been through the last couple of days, I've got heartburn. And I think it's going to be cool. I'm just going to put all these different little papers in here. I think it'd be kind of cute. So, how's y'all's week been? Anybody having good, hopefully he's having a good week. Better than what I've had. Oh, well. Life is interesting. Very, very interesting. Wouldn't change it for the world. Trying to make this where it will fit in here. Oh, well, you know. Whew, I've got heartburn. It's really hurting today. This Mexican food I had last night, and with all the stress, my blood pressure was also high yesterday, too. I was surprised, because my blood pressure hadn't been that high in a long time. And I just think it's just because I've been so stressed out. This has been a very stressful week. I got all these little pages from the little Dear Julie Christmas kit that I bought. So I'm enjoying these little tablets. I need to get these when these are on sale. I didn't realize they'd come in so handy. Oh, I gotta. And bless my husband's heart, he made sure. We have a 360 app, which basically you can track each other. And so he had me tracking the whole time up there and the whole time back. You know, to make sure that I got home okay. And I tracked him when he was taking the homeless man. His name was Matthew, by the way. Let me name the boy. And I was tracking him too to make sure that he was okay when he was taking him back to where we met. Okay, now. It's turning out cute. But I need to cut a little bit of it off. Continue making more papers. And I have decided that I have got to get a rheumatologist. In this area, the drive is getting a little bit more than I can handle. I can't handle this 2-hour drive to and from doctor's appointments anymore. I still have my oncologist in Webster. I still have my dentist in Pasadena. And no, she's in Deer Park. And my periodontist is in Pasadena. And I've got to change those doctors. And I think I'm at that point. I did get a referral from my primary. And so I'm going to call her, I think, today to get a consultation set up so I can start getting my Remicade and appointments there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Had a good night's sleep, though. The Remicade put me to sleep real nice, which was nice. Of course, my cat woke me up at 4:30 in the morning. At least he let me sleep in. I was thankful. Let's see, which side do I want to use? Let's use this side. I was thankful. Okay. All right. We're going to use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, if I can find it. Well, great. I don't know where it is. Oh, it was sitting in here. Maybe I put it in my specialty drawer. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ow. Ow, that hurts. There we go. Been working on trying to, I feel like I don't know that I'm going to be able to do any more challenges. I'm going to try. I've just got so much on my plate, you know. I want to finish these journals. And I still now have got to work on the October journal for the Dear Julie Design Team project. God. Debating on whether I want to sew that top. I don't think so. I think I'll glitter it, though. I think I will glitter it. How did they do the inside? Did they just glued it in? Oh, she sewed it. Oh, well, I didn't do that. Well, we're going to just glue it in. But I am going to put a topper on it. I think it would be kind of cute. Cute to put that little snowman, that little North Pole thing. Glue it in like that. I don't think I want to do that. Oh, got some tickets. Wonder. I don't know if I told y'all. I don't know when my last video was. I'll have to go back and look. But my son and his wife came over Sunday, and we had barbecue sandwiches and sat and watched football. It was fun. Enjoyed having them over for the day. They stayed until about 8 o'clock and made some peach cobbler, and it was nice. Very, very, very nice day. Really, really enjoyed it. I think I need some more Fabri-Tac. Has anybody ever watched Suits? Oh my gosh, that show is wild. Oh my goodness. I would hate to be a lawyer. I know probably it's quite fictitious, but I wonder how true it really is when you get into criminal law and all that stuff, and financial law, and makes me wonder just how true this really is. Okay, let's see if this thing works. I mean, it's a pretty interesting show. There we go. It works. It works. How cute. I like that. Need to make some more of those. Too cute, too cute, too cute. And then, oh, she stapled it. Well, I sewed it, so that makes it terrible sewing. But hey, you know, it is okay. There we go. Kind of like put something on the back, but no, I guess not. That's cute. All right, we did that. I want to put some glitter on it. Let's glitter it up. Where shall we glitter it up at? Oh, let's see. Let's put some stickles on his beard and just kind of glitter up his beard a little bit. That's another thing. And my husband has been getting these harassment calls from A+1. They call all hours of the day, sometimes 15 minutes apart. And basically, I consider it harassment. And it's just I think it's just a call center. and people, two different types of companies are on this call center. And because we get a different person and a different product every time they call. And usually they're calling by now. They start at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm hoping that we finally threatened them enough to quit calling, to hopefully stop calling us. It was getting ridiculous. I thought I had some red. I do. No, that's the pink. This is the red. And it was seriously ridiculous. The amount of, it was almost to the point of harassing. And they haven't called this morning yet. So, come on now. Well, we are stuck. I need a pen. Kind of a bent pen, but hey, maybe it'll work. So maybe they'll quit calling us. But it was getting ridiculous. I mean, the amount of phone calls we were getting almost every 15 minutes to an hour we'd get probably 20 calls a day from them. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I think they finally, hopefully today, they haven't called so far today. I can't see. Come on. There we go. And there we go. Kind of like to have some more bling. Let's put some gold. Christmas time is really the only time I get to put bling. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Ooh, my arm aches. Ooh. There we go. Oh, little pearls are coming off. I think we're done. I think we're done. I need to attach my little pearlies. They're coming off my thing. Does anybody use GoodRx? If you don't, and you're paying a lot for your drugs, y'all need to subscribe to it. It's $20 $20 a month. And I have saved so much money on my drugs. It's ridiculous. I had a drug. I have one drug that every time I try to get it anywhere else, it's like from $150 to $250. And GoodRx, I was able to get it down to 30. I had a bunch of drugs that were due that I picked up the other day, and it was going to be approximately, it was 3 drugs, and it was going to be about 150 bucks. I got it all down to like 75 bucks. So, guys, check it out. I mean, GoodRx is a good product. I have saved so much money on my drugs through that program. You may have to change your pharmacy, but hey, you know, it's worth the money. There we go. What do y'all think? Isn't that cute? That's cute. I like that. That makes me happy. All right, we need to put it away. How much time do we have? Oh.